The organisers of UK Aware say that contrary to popular belief, it is easy being green. The purpose of the event at London's Olympia is to show that living green is not about depriving yourself for the sake of the planet. It's about having what you want, the way you want it.
I've always been aware of the situation we're in with the world, but I've never been a greenie, as people would claim to be. I'm someone who kind of thinks we should do something but didn't know where to start. So I looked around to see what was available in the way of shows, something I could go to that would inspire me, give me a bit of direction, and there was nothing going on in the UK. So essentially I decided to make it happen, and this is where we're at today.
Exhibiting at the event is EV Stores, a London-based company selling all-electric vehicles. The cars and vans are targeted at the mass market and are priced between £9,000 and £30,000. Electric vehicles form a critical part of the world fight against carbon and climate change emissions, and company founder Julian Wilford says he wants to drive the change from petrol to electric cars.
Road transport is a significant part of our CO2 emissions in the world, account for about 20% of all emissions globally. An electric car, of course, is a zero-emission vehicle powered by electricity and can save something like order of 70% of CO2 emissions. So it is the cleanest, greenest way for anybody to get around on a road. And that's as seen by the incentives that governments across the world are now putting in place to help people move towards buying electric vehicles.
Also at UK Aware, perhaps in the most hectic corner, is swishing, or clothes swapping company daisygreen.co.uk. Here the idea is simple. Recycle your clothes in exchange for other recycled clothes.
The whole process of making clothes right from the very start, where you're using the pesticides, there may be people who are not being paid a fair wage for those clothes that we wear, then we get them, we pay a very low price for them, and then they're tipped in the landfill after maybe 2 or even 3 weeks. And so by doing this, by swapping clothes, it keeps it out of landfill. It's not new clothes being made, so there's all of that process hasn't been remade, and it's a really fun thing to do as well. So it's green and really environmentally friendly, but it's a load of fun, and I think we want to have a little bit of fun as well.
Organisers hope the event, which was only the second show of its kind, will become a key date in the green calendar. They plan to be even bigger next year, and perhaps to increase the number of shows to include other major cities around the UK, spreading their message of green living even wider.